Hey everyone, today I'm gonna show you how to upload your custom PHP files to a domain. So the first thing that you need to do, you find your favorite hosting provider. So for me, because I'm in Southeast Asia, so I found that this server or this hosting in Singapore works very well for me. So the first thing that you need to do is you need to buy a domain name and their hosting. So typically you can start with a shared server. So let's say I think the option is this one. So you can start with any of their plans and make sure that the features here suit to your needs. So for example, typically when we start a website, I think 10 gigabytes should be enough. But what is more important also, this hosting provider gives you unlimited data transfer. So some hosting provider will give you some limited data transfer, but with bigger storage, for example. Let me show you another one, hosting provider that I use as well. They offer slightly different features. So for example, they can start with a much lower SSD space, and then the data transfer you have to check as well, because essentially they limit you to 5 gigabytes per month of data transfer. So you have to make sure that these features really suit your need. But if you want the big players, but of course they will be more expensive, hosting provider called SiteGround, which is very popular, and yeah, you can check their packages. Coming back to this one, I actually have this budget hosting. So after you purchase any plans from any hosting providers, you'll be provided with a login. So you can log in, and then you will see your account manager page. So it'll be typically something like this. What you need to look for is the cPanel login. So this one, you can find it here, log into cPanel. Some other hosting providers will come with different products for managing the sites, but cPanel is among the most popular ones. So you can typically go directly to File Manager, or if your website is dynamic, then you can set up the database first using phpMyAdmin. So let's say my website is not dynamic, so you can directly go to public HTML. So this is the main page of the website. So I already have the index.html here. So I'm gonna put it in another folder. I'll make a dummy folder. So now I'm already in dummy folder. I'll just make an index.html, and then I can directly edit it here. So we'll just make some very simple HTML page. Okay, I have made some hello world page here. So how to access it, it depends on how you put your files inside there. So here the file is under dummy, so I will go to my hosting and then go to that dummy, right? So your page will be here. So now if this is sufficient for your need, then you can stop here. Or if you want to set up the database, typically MySQL, to make your website more dynamic, then you must set up the database first. Let me show you right here. Go back to the cPanel, so you can go to the manage my databases. So here you need to create a database first. Call it dummy or whatever you want, right? So here I have the database called dummy, and then I have to create user. Okay, so typically I name it the same with the database name, so it makes me easier. But for the password, I would recommend you to generate the password dynamically here, and then you store it somewhere. Okay, you copy that, and then you create the user. And then one more thing to do is you assign that user to that database. So it is very recommended to have different user for different databases for security purposes. So let's say your one database user got hacked, and then we just want to make sure that user can only access to one specific database only. So I'm going to give the dummy to the dummy database, and then I'm gonna add, and then you can give all privileges. But if you think that your user here is only a front-end user, you typically don't need the alter. and create and all these things, but delete, insert, and so on is part of the interface of the website. So yeah, I will just allow that. Going back, now you already have that database. Coming back to your server, to the cPanel, so you can go to phpMyAdmin, and from there you can actually select the database that you have already created. In this case is dummy, so let's create a simple table. So here, create table, I will say logged user, and then number of columns is okay. So here you create MySQL database like usual. So let's call it name, just one field for now. And then later on we just add one data. So here name variable character 100, and then you insert John Doe to the name. So the data will look like that. So for example, this will store the historical information of who is logged into the system, right? It's an oversimplification, but I guess it will work to just show that your website will be dynamic, right? So coming back here, because HTML cannot hold dynamic information, we should change this to a PHP file. Okay, so I have prepared a PHP file. I will just copy that and create it, and then we will edit it later. Index.php. So we edit this, we put it there, but you need to make sure that you fill in the password, the database name. So the database name is dummy, and then the database user is also dummy. Okay, the password is the one that you generated, which is this one. And then, yeah, hopefully all this will work. Select name from logged user. Okay, so we come back to our front end. Yeah, John Doe is displayed here, and this John Doe is actually dynamically loaded from the database. Let's just try to change it. Let's say update logged user set name equals to John, just John. Okay, so now if we come back to the front end, it will be John. Okay, so this is typically how you make a customized PHP page in your website. So of course you can put the files in the root, so you don't have this dummy folder, but you can directly go to the front end of the web page by directly putting it in the root, in the public HTML folder. So okay, that's all I have for you today. Thank you. Subscribe.